don't really want to know. I'm in denial, but off the top of my head, I think it would be close to that.
You know, just in passing, you compared bel canto to jazz.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you talk more about that. In what way are they similar?
Well, jazz, in the sense of the improvisation. And if I did specialize in this repertoire, I would definitely improvise. I do in rehearsal now. Just I probably won't attempt that in performance. I might though. I could pick alternative cadenzas, for instance. But the great artists in this repertoire, I suspect, completely were free in what they chose to do with the music and invested their personalities and really put who they were onto the music. And the performances were perhaps even considered at that time to be the greatest thing about going to, of course we had castrati then too, so and these were obviously men who dedicated their entire lives to the art of singing. So it was an extraordinary level of commitment.
Now, why you've said why you like the opera, but why at this particular point in your career, is there something about your voice that's changed or developed so that this is a natural step for you?
No, this was the first time I was asked, actually. You know, what happens is that bel canto operas, because they're not standard repertoire, they're not usually conductor-driven operas. They're usually singer-driven operas. One has to achieve a certain status before one has the clout or before an opera company will say, you know, this is a big investment we're making. This is a new production. The Met has been extremely generous in making it into a beautiful one. I have 6 of the most beautiful costumes you will ever see. I might not have to sing. I'll just model. So it takes a while, I think, before one has to have a certain amount of stature before a company will put that kind of trust.
Because actually one of your first successes was in the Penthouse Festival, a Rossini role, and internationally it seemed you became known.
I consider that to be my European kind of a breakthrough in a way. Thank you for remembering that. That was in '93, and it was Armida in a terrific Luca Ronconi production, and that was a real turning point for me in Europe.
And yet you didn't pursue bel canto after it. Is it because companies hesitated to present these operas, or?
Well, I could have gone back to Pesaro, actually, every summer after that, and just other things came up, I think, that took that time. I had management at the time was really pushing me in the direction of Mozart Strauss, and which I'm thrilled about, because I'm a Strauss junkie, and certainly have sung a lot of Mozart. So sometimes these choices become circumstantial. Sometimes it's that one is asked too late and other engagements are already in place. I wish I could take credit for the actual entire planning of my repertoire, but I'm afraid it hasn't been a science.
But didn't you sing a bel canto aria early on as a student? I seem to remember reading a story about that.
Oh, I sang a lot. But the funniest one was I sang an audition for, I forget the name of the competition, but I think I sang the Puritani aria. I sang bel canto all the time as a student. I couldn't do it, but I was determined.